All right. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the second annual and very first virtual WVUP's Got Talent. I am Andrew Walker. I'm going to be your host for this evening. They asked me to be a host because I didn't really have talent and I'm not a very good judge, but I can talk a lot. So that's what I'm going to do this evening. And we're really excited. Tonight we have 10 finalists competing for a grand prize and title of this year's winner. We have acts in music, in comedy, in spoken word, and in the visual arts. And we've got a great lineup for you tonight. Also, we have People's Choice voting, and that's going to be open for the entire program this evening. There should be a link on your screen, or we'll put it up near to now, where you can vote on tonight's talent and have a say in our finalists. And the web address is wvup.edu/vote. And I'll remind you a couple of times throughout the evening to remember to help support your fellow students here in the talent competition. So now we're going to move to a group of people who have no talent. Wait, I'm sorry. Who happen to know talent, who are our judges. So tonight we have Elena Segsworth. She is our WVUP student body president and is rocking brand new bangs just for this evening. Elena, as a judge tonight, what are you looking forward to?
Oh, I'm excited to see all the different kinds of talent we have in our community.
All right, great. And we have a person you might recognize from our workforce office. You might be in one of his classes as our new communication and media studies faculty, or you might recognize him from playing guitar, a very talented Logan Mace. And Logan, what is your favorite thing about being a judge?
Just judging people, but for a good cause.
All right,
if that's
great.
a thing.
All right, thank you, Logan. And you might recognize him from pre-pandemic days, the star of Karaoke with Chris, our beloved president, Dr. Christopher Gilmer. And Dr. Gilmer, I have a question for you. What advice would you give to our performers tonight?
I would say be yourselves. Authentic sells every time, and I'm looking forward to it.
All right, great. And thank you, Dr. Gilmer. Rumor has it that our next judge was born out of the pond out back, and she is WVUP's favorite redhead, Dr. Tori Jackson. Tori, what qualifies you to judge talent?
Apparently great swimming skills in the pond. You know that place is a little lethal at times. I've heard a lot of stories about it. But I think I can judge because I've just seen so many talented people over the years. And what I would like to tell the contestants tonight is make the stage your own, because then we can see how great you are.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Jackson. And finally, we have WVUP's snazziest dresser, Dr. Stephen Smith. And Dr. Smith, what's your favorite thing about serving as a judge on the talent competition?
Well, Andrew, I am excited about the music. Of course, I'm looking forward to all the other acts, but I'm a music freak, so I'm looking forward to see what kind of talent we have here in West Virginia.
All right, great. And I sure hope our judges have better judgment than my choice in eating gas station sushi. So we'll get started with the competition this evening. It's time to meet our first performer, Mr. Caleb Byers.
Feel it's never going to
me up. Oh, till you use me up. Oh, and sometimes it's really true you do abuse me. Oh, you give me in a crowd of high-class people, and then you act real rude to me. Oh, now baby, 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 when you love me, I can't get enough. And now spread the news that if you feel so good getting used, just keep on using me till you use me up. Oh, till you use me up. Oh, yeah, till you use me up.
All right, a great performance by our first performer. I saw all of our judges are kind of bobbing their heads around in the Zoom call. That was pretty good. Unfortunately, Caleb couldn't join us tonight on the live call. But what we'd like for each of our judges to do is to just give a little bit of comments and remarks for Caleb, so he can catch it on the recording, and we can have it, for this evening. So we'll start with Dr. Jackson.
Thank you. I would love to share my comments. Those were some great vocals. I was definitely feeling a beat, and some say I don't even have rhythm, so that's a good thing. I do love to dance despite all of that. So, what I would say for Caleb, and I hope he gets this message later, is that you got to avoid those ones that want to use you, and you shouldn't let people be that rude to you. Just remember that you have value, and at WVU Parkersburg, we see it.
All right, great. And Dr. Jackson always selling the college, which is great. Let's move to Dr. Gilmer for your remarks.
You know, I would say to Caleb a little bit of Mick Jagger meets BB King, but then it would occur to me to be afraid that he might be too young to know who either of those people is. But, I got some rock, I got some blues. Here's my suggestion, Caleb. BB King named his guitar Lucille. You need to name that guitar if you have it. Nicely done.
Right. Thank you, Dr. Gilmer. And yeah, I definitely got the blues feel there. How about Elena? Elena, what do you have for Caleb?
I love the energy that Caleb was bringing. He was the emotions were very there, right? You could feel the song, and just like you guys were saying, it's blues. It's definitely, the emotion was high in that song, and he was delivering on that performance. So good job, Caleb, for that.
Very good. I'll pass it right on to Logan.
Oh yeah. Okay. So Caleb, excellent job. So I kind of picked up on the Mick Jagger vibe a little bit too. I got some of that. I wrote down a couple things that I'm making notes as I go. I put like raw. So it was like really just raw talent kind of thing. Americana-y kind of vibes. And when you open up, your voice goes into that upper register and you like belt it out. You come alive, but also I noticed that you had a couple parts where you kind of backed off a little bit. And I just want to see like more of those dynamics, because I think you have like a really good range there. So
is he
Yeah.
like the technical judge or something?
I don't know.
It's still early in the night, so maybe the judges can kind of fight over who's going to be the technical judge. But let's take it home, Dr. Smith. Let's end the song and move to the next one. What do you have to say for Caleb?
Mine is short and succinct. I think Johnny Guitar Washington would be proud, Caleb. Great job.
Awesome. Very good. And Caleb, we thank you for your performance. Let's move right along to our next performer, Jacob Graham.
Hi, my name is Jacob Graham. I am majoring in accounting, and why I love writing is because I love telling stories and using my imagination. The year is 1649. a deadly virus is spread around the world. Its name, the Smrtelnaya bolizn. It first spread around Russia, where the name originates. Millions of lives were infected, and those millions would pass away. The world was at war as well. Every country was fighting each other. Greece, Germany, Turkey, Zimbabwe, you name it. It's complete and total chaos right now. All hope has been abandoned. It's been 4 months since both the plague and the war have commenced, and there has been no sign of peace nor cure. Things have aggregated within those 4 months. Flatlands can be seen whipping themselves for and hope for atonement. Acts of violence and sin have spread around like Armageddon. The churches are filled to the brim every Wednesday and Sunday. All madness has broken loose. Fortunately, it won't be long till all hope can be restored. By this time, it's the month of June in the year 1650, and medical study of the virus has begun. There are 100 vaccines made, but none prevailed. Then, on June 28th, a doctor, Richter Altair, and his head nurse, Zelda Born, perfected the vaccine. It took them many months, but through arduous work and trial and error, they achieved the impossible. Once they have consummated their work, they started distributing the vaccine. And first, they distributed it into their home country of Italy, then distributed it internationally. Within a few weeks, the Smrtelnaya bolizn would be history. One problem was down, but yet there was still one more. The war was still raging on. Thousands of lives were lost. There were millions of casualties. It seemed like there was no end. Then, on January 11th, 1651, the war would be at peace. Every leader of every country signed a treaty, and ever since then, there has been no strife.
All right, a unique talent and something new this year, a spoken word artist and creative writer. Jacob is supposed to be able to join us tonight, but we just got word that he is still in class, which we do feel is a pretty important thing to do as well. So we'll go ahead and with the judge's comments, and if he's able to join us here in the next few moments, we'll get his take on your feedback. But we'll start with Logan.
Jacob, very good job. You did something that I would absolutely be nervous to do, and I even teach in communications, but just doing something like you did would make me, I don't know, it would just make me nervous. I can get up and sing in front of people, but not that. You painted me a picture. It's something that I noticed, and it reminded me of like Ken Follett or like Pillars of the Earth. It gave me those kinds of vibes, and I don't know if you know who that is, but a fantastic writer, fantastic storyteller, and honestly, yeah, just really good job. I think your nerves got a little bit at the beginning, but as you went along, yeah, you definitely worked that out. So excellent job. Really good job.
Right. Thank you, Logan. Elena, what do you have to say for Jacob?
I really enjoyed the story. He created just a very like real feeling in this situation. Obviously, we're a little familiar with some of that, but he took it to another level in his creativity, and he really did a lot of good story building.
Right. Thank you, Elena. Dr. Gilmer, with an English background, as an English faculty member, might get a unique perspective from you for Jacob's performance.
You know, Jacob, it put me in mind of a little bit of Samuel Pepys' diary, which you might have had in your English literature class, coupled with a little bit of the Hunger Games with a tiny little bit of a sci-fi apocalyptic kind of feel, but hopeful at the same time, and hopeful related to a pandemic. And so it's very timely for the moment in which we live today, finding a way through crisis. And so I think you found a nice way to uplift us in a moment that we need to be uplifted.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Gilmer. Dr. Smith, how about you?
Sorry, Andrew, I have to unmute myself. Well, you know, Jacob, I thought that you did a great job at presenting your spoken word, and the fact that I could actually visualize as you were telling the story means that I got it. So great job. Continue to do things that you're doing. I'm sure you will become a very, very good expert at doing it.
All right, Dr. Jackson, bring us home.
Sure, spoken word, that's one of my favorite things. Some people say I speak a lot of words, so I really appreciate spoken word, and it's a great talent. You had very excellent memorization to know all of that. It was such, you knew your audience. You were able to talk about a deadly virus, a complete and total chaos. And I think we all know a little bit about that right now. But here's my tip for you. Take that microphone and make it your friend, like you're telling it your favorite story, and it could really come to life, and then we can see your full potential.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Jackson. We appreciate it. And unfortunately, Jacob couldn't join us, but hopefully he's doing well in class tonight, which is important for us as well. So our next performer is actually going to be a fine arts performer. And so we are going to have a couple of our fine arts performers will provide us what we consider a commercial break. But this is not one of those commercial breaks where you want to leave your TV screens or your computer screens. You want to stick around because we got some really great fine art coming to us. This first break is brought to us by Valerie Bircher.
Hi, my name is Valerie Bircher. I'm a Cairo native and I just really like to take pictures. I decided to submit my photos for the competition, so I was able to share the beauty that I see. Hi, my name is Valerie Bircher. I'm a Cairo native and I just really like to take pictures. I decided to submit my photos for the competition, so I was able to share the beauty that I see in the world with everyone else. So I submitted 5 photos. The first one was a picture that I took in the summer of 1994. It is a photo of the Parthenon, which sits on top of the Acropolis in Athens, Greece. And obviously, this was before digital photos were a thing. So I took that picture with a 35 millimeter film camera, and I had no idea how it was going to turn out, and was pleasantly surprised when I had the film developed. The second photo that I submitted is of a walking path that is in Mayaca River State Park in Florida. And I just thought it had a really cool aesthetic to it and decided to take a picture. The third photo is a sunset at a local historic place here outside of Cairo. The fourth photo was taken on my family's farm. It is just the evening sky. And the last photo that I submitted is a photo of my son. He is standing outside of the Silver Run Tunnel number 19, which is located on the North Bend Rails to Trails. So I hope that everyone enjoyed the photos.
Thank you, Valerie. And we have Valerie with us tonight. And we're going to go, just with the other acts. All of our acts are on the same kind of ground. Everybody's up for that finalist position. So we'll have our judges provide some comments on Valerie's photography. Let's start with Logan again.
Excellent work. You definitely have a good eye for these kinds of things. My favorite one was probably either the one of your son or the one of the farm, just because of the sky, the vibrant purple or the sky and the vibrant green together. It's, really pulls your eye in. So that's probably my favorite one, but overall, all of them are really, really good. So just keep it up. Good job.
Thank you.
Thank you. Tori, we'll go with you next.
Logan, I decided to match your hat just a little bit because I can keep up, so don't you worry about it. And I know that you're teaching photography now, but hey, some of us used to, so whatever. Valerie, great to put Ritchie County out there in the spotlight. Let's give them some credit. Lovely. The fact that you know what 35 millimeter is, way to go. I really appreciate that. Maybe you even have developed your own film at some point in time, and that's a fabulous thing. You do have an eye for a beautiful scene, and I appreciate photography. It's one of the most natural, beautiful ways that we can tell a story. So thank you for sharing many stories with us this evening.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. How about we hear from Dr. Smith? I got to keep the judges on their toes with when they need to unmute themselves.
I'm sorry. So Valerie, great job. I love what I saw, and I love the fact that you're very well traveled, and I'm sure you continue to keep a camera with you even today. So keep doing the great things that you're doing. I love the picture of your son. That is absolutely beautiful. Great job.
Thank you. Dr. Gilmer.
You know, Valerie, what spoke to me about your photos is the juxtaposition of motion in some of them and stillness in others, and how you're able, just in a suite of 5 photos, to convey so much range. I think that speaks a lot about your talent. And as one who came into the world long before digital photography, I was delighted to see you take it old school. Good job.
Thank you.
All right, and Elena, what do you have to say for Valerie?
I just want to say thank you, Valerie. I love traveling and adventuring as well. And it seemed like in every one of your pictures, it was just another story about how you found something that was beautiful to you and you wanted to capture that and share it with other people. So just thank you for doing that and for creating such good, nice works of art that you can share with all these people now.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Valerie, I didn't ask some questions at the beginning before we got into the judges' comments. I wanted them to make sure they could get their comments out before they forgot them. So I have 2 questions for you. Do you still use film? 35 millimeter? Do you still shoot film photography?
I still have my camera, but I have not used it in a while.
Yeah, I need to clean the dust off of mine. I find that digital is much more forgiving to my wallet. So, and my other question, it seems like you enjoy traveling. Where do you plan to travel when the pandemic is over to get some more great photographs?
We actually have a trip planned to Tennessee for the summer. The place that I would really like to go is Scotland.
Oh, that would be amazing.
I have not made it there yet.
I can't wait to see the photos from that. So hopefully you'll keep in touch with us. So the day that you get to make it there, you'll send some back to WVUP. So that'll be awesome.
Professor Walker, I'd like to know if your comment about the judges forgetting their comments has anything to do with Dr. Jackson's advancing years.
I was worried because she forgot her hat and then she added the hat. And I have a feeling we might see a few different hats this evening.
Oh, you're going to see some things. And you know what? You might want to clean the dust off a few other things, like your joke list. I mean, come on.
Okay, let's keep it clean for the families that are watching now. So, all right. Well, thank you, Valerie. We appreciate you joining the judges panel here. So we're going to move right along to our next performer. You might recognize her from being on campus and struggling with classes and all kinds of things as Granny B during the pandemic. And we'll turn it over to Granny B.
I don't know about this here stage and talent show, but you got to do what you got to do. Right, boss man? The dude that gave me the mic, he doesn't talk much. I tell you what, nobody talks much anymore around here in these parts. Here now, WVUP proud. I'm proud. Except for the lady yelled at me, I'll tell you what, before I even got a chance to open up the door, you got your mask on! Daggone it. I'm getting it. Don't be stressing me out. But I tell you what, I don't know what I got planned today because my mind just takes me all different places, and it's really hard to talk to seats. And so I'm just gonna. And I forgot, daggone it. I tell you what, I had some stuff in my purse, but that can't really whip things out with the microphone in my hand. But yeah, daggone, I forgot it. This coronavirus has got people just out of the daggone minds. I went and stopped there at this gas station to get me some 5-hour energy because I'm here to tell you people, I ain't got any. And it's not because I'm old, it's just because of this coronavirus. And I tell you what, and I'm doing my studies, and I can't think at all. And so I thought maybe I'd get a little pick-me-upper, but I got a little bit more when I went to this gas station. Let me tell you, I went in there, started looking around, and I thought, my goodness, I think I'm in the wrong place. But apparently I wasn't. And they didn't have any 5-hour energy, but she offered me some herbs and stuff. And I thought, all right, I'll tell you what my problem is. I'm a student, and stop right there. And she took me over to this special place, and she said, I got some holy water. I said, ma'am, I'm not Catholic or not, but I here tell you what, I'm not going to buy no holy water from a gas station. But you got anything else? And she said, yeah, I got some sage. And I said, that's great. Because I'll tell you what, when I go down to the basement of this here WVUP, I'm pretty sure that it's got some spirits. Now, I don't think, I think maybe I ought to carry it with me when I go down there and make me some copies, because I'm like a hard, paper kind of person. I like to put it right there in my hand. But that's the way I asked this guy that was sitting up there, I said, I don't mean to stir things up or nothing, but I'll tell you what, I go down there and is there spirits down in this here basement? And he just right there, he just whipped out all his crystals. He had about 5 of them. And that enough said, that's all I needed to know. So yeah, by golly, I did buy that sage. I ain't gonna lie, I did. But anyway, I'll tell you what, I just want to give some tribute to the college that once was before the coronavirus. And here I go. So I tell you what, I'm not going to, I love everybody here. I'm a people person, I ain't going to lie. And I remember when I came in here to these doors, they practically held my hand. I didn't even have to do anything. I just had to look like I didn't know what the heck I was doing, and they helped me. Now I come in, and they want to know where my daggone mask is. I tell you what, anyway, but I got some people that, they help me to get to where I am, and I'm about to graduate with the bachelor's, and I tell you what, I know you know what the heck I'm going to do with it, but I can tell you right now, Pretty Boy, that's down there at the IT center thing, he's pretty to look at, I ain't gonna lie. I tell you what, that boy's got it together, and I don't know why I talked about him, because he's the first one to think about every time I walk in here, and did I say that? I'm sorry. Anyway, I got some, I'll tell you what, I came in here, actually, and I was tickled to death, and you think it's going to get warmed up a little bit, because I saw this motorcycle with the sidecar. Now, that is just cool as heck, and I'll tell you what, when I saw that, I thought, who in the world would drive that comes here? And I thought about Pretty Boy. I did. But then again, I thought to myself, I had this philosophy professor, and I'm thinking maybe if it's not his, he sure as heck wants it. I call him Kansas. I tell you what, I about fell asleep going through his class, talking about I don't know, history and systems. It's like I love psychology, but by golly, I was about to fall asleep in his class. And but I tell you what, his love for music, that's why I call him Kansas, his love for music really got me going. And I really appreciate him. And I also appreciate the Red Pen. And I want to tell you something. She didn't know me from Adam, but I tell you what, for some reason, I started to get into this creative writing, and I would give her my papers, and she would just mark them up like you wouldn't believe. But I tell you what, she loved it, and I loved it, and I tell you, and it gave me joy. And I tell you who else gives me joy. I tell you, it's legs. And I tell you what, that's one professional lady, let me tell you right now. She did, and it's hard to make her laugh, but by God, I don't want to leave that office till I see a smile on her face. And man, she got some good-looking legs. And then we got Chief. I tell you what, that girl, she acts like she's dumber than a box of rocks, but I'll tell you, she's lying. I call her Chief because when the things get nitty-gritty down in, I ain't going to tell you where she works, but I tell you what, she gets down to the nitty-gritty. She takes out that attitude, and she gets the job done. And I tell you what, I noticed that they were making here a new library, and then they're going to make it a learning center. I tell you, I miss that learning center so much. I can't learn at home by myself. I can't. I get too distracted. That Speedy in there helped me focus, and I loved her for it. Man, I tell you what, I just felt so relaxed. She would just speed around, and I just thought, man, I'm just going to sit here and watch her do it. Anyway, but I just want to say that I didn't know really what to do, and I just wanted to, just get things and maybe perk the place up a little bit, and get some life into it. And I just appreciate your time and your patience. I don't know who the heck I'm talking to. That's the guy doing the camera. I don't know his name. And the guy that handed me a microphone, and that sweet young lady right there. I tell you, I can't see her because the lights are bright in me, and I'm wearing glasses that really are reading glasses. But anyway, I tell you what, I love you guys and appreciate your time. And I hopefully will next year this will be a whole lot different, and we won't have this coronavirus, and we'll all love you. You know what that reminds me? I think I know what I want to do with my degree. I tell you what, I thought about it a little bit, and you only need to have a bachelor's degree to be a profiler. I tell you what, I do like the psychology part of the criminal mind, and I'm telling you what, people with this coronavirus, I'm telling you what, people are just mentally not. They're going to have some problems, I mean, they done Netflix themselves to death, and they don't even know how to go to their own grocery store. They have, people come deliver it for you, and they don't know how to do toddlers don't even know what to do when they go in the grocery store. They don't even know that it's okay to talk to people. I tell you what, I'm going off on a tangent once again, but I tell you, I don't know what I'm going to do with my degree, but I tell you what, I'm going to make WVUP proud. That's all I got to say. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Granny B. That was, I think that was a great observation of the sense of community at WVUP, and I love your humor. How are you tonight, Granny B? How you doing? Oh no, she disappeared. I saw her put her finger up to get 1 second. Maybe. Oh, here we go. How are you tonight, Granny B?
I say this technology is kicking my butt.
It sure is a challenge.
How you doing, babe?
Well, Granny,
just started.
All right, yeah. Let's hear what the judges have to say. We'll talk to Dr. Jackson. What do you have for Granny B tonight?
Oh, so much that I could say. First of all, I love the fact that you ended telling us you were WVU Parkersburg proud. That was just beautiful. I think everybody should know that your start at the college came on WPKM, the college radio station, when you did a guest performance one time on one of the best shows on that radio station called Random Insanity. It was really a fine moment. And that's when we witnessed your talent the first time. So it just keeps growing. You talk about customer service with Pretty Boys, or not Pretty Boys, but Pretty Boy and Speedy and Legs. And I think one of the reasons why all of those folks really resonate with you is because they know the value of customer service. And, I talked to Granny a little while ago and found out what my nickname was. So that was interesting to know. I would almost bet that she's been in the basement with Walker a few times since she thinks that there's a lot of spirits down there. Those are his friends. That's who he talks to during the day. So one more bit of advice for you. When you go to the gas station and they offer you things like a 5-hour energy drink, just think about make sure you make good decisions, because and I'm your age, I look as good as you.
Well, thank you, Dr. Jackson. Very, very good feedback here. Elena, what do you have for Granny B?
I love her sense of storytelling. Granny B, you're such a good storyteller. You gave us so much detail and in such a hilarious way. And I'm sure it has everything to do with all those years of experience you have. But you've got some good wisdom, and you need to keep spreading your hilarious storytelling and your mindset. It's just beautiful.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, Elena. All right, Dr. Smith.
Granny V, I haven't had the pleasure of meeting you. I'm really looking forward to it.
You're a fine looking man yourself, I tell you what.
Well, thank you so much. And you know what? I took notes, and I'm going to go and research all of the people that you mentioned by their nicknames. Okay. Great job. I
There's a
enjoyed it.
little bit of a mystery. I ain't gonna lie.
All right, Logan, what do you have for Granny B?
So I would like to think that I could do what you do, because I think I'm absolutely hilarious. It's just other people don't believe that, I guess. But
You know, I do suffer from the same thing. So maybe Granny B could run us an individualized study here.
yeah,
In the summer.
maybe. You said you didn't have the energy and you needed to go to the gas station for 5-hour energy, but when you're up there, you definitely have a lot of energy. So, if the stage is where it's at, I think it's good for you. So you told us a lot of stories. It was funny bringing it all back to WVU Parkersburg, and honestly, just good job overall. Really good job.
All right, Dr. Gilmer, bring us home for Granny B.
Granny, I would just say, as somebody who has 3 pairs of glasses for different purposes and very little hair, I appreciate you reminding us that you're never too old to learn and you're never too old to be funny. I really appreciate that. I appreciate the energy you brought to your comedy, and comedy is a very brave thing. You have to lay yourself very bare to do that. So you did a good job, and I admire your courage.
Very much.
Thank you, Dr. Gilmer. And yes, I would reiterate that you can learn at any age and you can have fun doing it. And I think you've done you reminded us of that tonight, Granny B. So thanks for joining us. I do want to remind everyone that you do have the ability to vote out there. We have a People's Choice Award, and you can vote by visiting wvup.edu/vote. That's VOTE. And you can do that anytime tonight and vote for your favorites and help rocket them to the top. Our next performer is Hannah Stevens.
Hello everyone, my name is Hannah Stevens. I'm an early college student at WVUP, planning on going to the criminal justice program and get my bachelor's degree. My dad and I have been playing music for quite a while. I've probably been singing for as long as I could talk, so you want to add anything? No? Okay. I guess we'll go ahead and start then. Hello, it's me. I was wondering if after all these years you'd like me to go over everything. They say that time's supposed to heal ya, but I ain't done much here. Hello, can you hear me? When you're dreaming about who we used to be when we were younger and free. I've forgotten how it felt before the world fell at our feet. There's such a difference between us and a million miles. Hello from the other side. I must have called 1,000 times to tell you I'm sorry for everything that I've done, but when I call, you never seem to be home. Hello from the outside. At least I can say that I've tried to tell you I'm sorry for breaking your heart, but it don't matter, it clearly doesn't tear you apart anymore. Hello, how are you? So typical of me to talk about myself, I'm sorry. Did you ever make it out of that town? Nothing ever no secret that the both of us are running out of time. So hello from the other side. I must have called 1,000 times to tell you I'm sorry for everything that I've done, but when I call you never seem to be home. Hello from the outside. At least I can say that I've tried to tell you I'm sorry for breaking your heart, but it don't matter, it clearly doesn't tear you apart anymore. Ooh, anymore. Ooh, anymore. Ooh, anymore. Anymore. Hello from the other side. I must have called 1,000 times to tell you I'm sorry for everything that I've done, but when I call you never seem to be home. Hello from the other side. At least I can say that I've tried to tell you I'm sorry breaking your heart, but it don't matter, it clearly doesn't tear you apart anymore.
All right, that was a really great musical performance from Hannah Stevens. We are also fortunate Hannah is multi-talented, and we have a fine arts piece that she has submitted as well. So what we're going to do, since everyone is on kind of the same playing field this year and we aren't separating the categories, what we're going to do is we're going to see Hannah's fine arts submission next, and then we'll come back and hear from our judges. All right, I think that was really great to see. Hannah, before we hear from the judges, could you tell us just a little bit about what inspires you, what inspires your art, and the different methods of art that you engage in?
Well, I don't know. My family is pretty musical, guitar, so and we're a Christian family, so we have church every Sunday and everything. So we sing. So it's kind of been part of my life for a long time. And my grandma paints. Um, my mom does a little bit, but so that kind of got me started in painting and drawing.
Right, yeah, a good variety there. I think that was great to see. So we'll hear from our judges. Logan, what do you have for Hannah?
Hannah, so obviously you're multi-talented. I know you're also a martial artist. So Yeah, you just have a lot of things going on, and a lot of good. So I want to talk about the first thing. So you're singing. Um, I too have been a musician pretty much my entire life. You know, something like 28 years. Um, I think I've played guitar for going on 3 decades now. So uh, the couple things that I wrote down though when you started singing were pure, soft, and then you got to the chorus and you opened up a little bit. So I really saw you kind of come out in the chorus a little more. Adele obviously is not easy, so you know, good job, kudos there. And one thing I want to point out though, there's a couple things. I chalk any of the mistakes up to it being hard to hear on stage because you know I know how that goes, and so I'm not even gonna count that. But if you're getting nervous, one thing that I know of from doing what you did, if you get nervous, instead of locking yourself in place and allowing those nerves to manifest like in your voice, allow your body to move around, get that energy out in a different way. So move, walk the stage, gesture. Don't be nervous about just getting lost in what you're doing. And I think that's probably the best thing that has helped me do kind of like what you did. So overall, really good job, excellent job. Of course, speaking to the art, I'm droning on at this point, but good job. Um, I'm not very good with that stuff, so I can't speak to it. But awesome job, really good job.
All right, thank you, Logan, for good constructive feedback. How about Dr. Smith? What do you have to say for Hannah?
Hannah, first of all, I think you did a magnificent job. I like the fact that you are a girl dad. I mean, your dad is a girl dad, and the fact that you guys sing and play well together. I love Adele. You did her justice. I love the fact that you are artistic and the fact that you are a martial artist. It's just a lot a great topping on top of everything. So I thoroughly enjoyed it. Continue to do what you're doing, and I'm so happy that you're considering WVUP as your college of choice. I mean, I am absolutely ecstatic about that. Great job.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Smith. How about Dr. Jackson? We saw you disappear there, so hopefully your internet's working well now.
Yes, it is. I am glad to be here. And Hannah, just a delight to listen to you. First of all, early college is near and dear to my heart. So I'm glad that you're taking benefits of that and enjoying it. And singing with your dad, that's something I've done since I was a little girl, and it's very precious. And the older you get, you're going to realize how precious that is, and you're going to just enjoy every one of those moments. You know, if I show up at my dad's church, he drags me on stage, and every time I think, oh no, not again, but every time that I'm up there with him, I think, oh, what a blessing, and I'm so thankful for it. So please enjoy those. Such a pleasant sound. I just really enjoyed listening to you sing tonight, and thank you for what you bring to WVU Parkersburg. We are glad to have you.
Thank you.
Right. Dr. Gilmer, how about you?
And I'm very touched that one of such tender years already realizes that love covers a multitude of sins. I saw that on one of your paintings, and the fact that you know that indicates that you have an old soul, and the old soul translated beautifully into the musical number you gave us tonight. I love Adele, and I heard the Adele quality, but I'll tell you what I really heard. I don't know if you know the artist Sarah McLachlan or not, but she's kind of a folk artist and kind of a folk rock mix, one of my very favorites. And what you sounded to me like tonight was Sarah McLachlan covering an Adele song. And for me, that's a high compliment.
That's great. All right, Elena, how about you?
Well, Hannah, I loved your song. You have such a nice voice. I also loved your baking, especially your Elsa gingerbread cookie. Characters are not easy to do. Frosting is not a forgiving medium. So I was very impressed by that work. Mostly, I'm just so proud of you for putting yourself out here as an early college student. You're getting involved right away, and that is exactly how you're going to succeed. So keep it up and just keep doing what you love, whether it's singing or baking or whatever it happens to be. Make sure you're doing what you love.
All
That's
right.
a good
Thank you,
point, Elena, because you know that show, Nail It or Fail It? When I do some icing like that, I fall more on the fail it side. But at least I got a great hat like Logan Mace usually wears. He's really fond of toboggans. So I just want to put that out there.
That's because my hair.
Also, I want to say that Elena has the best one-liner of the night among the judges. Frosting is not a very forgiving medium. It's probably the best judge's line that I have heard all night long.
That is very good. I will say I'm slightly disappointed that we didn't get to taste the cookies. I'm hoping when we're back on campus sometime, Hannah, you'll bring some cookies around, and not for a grade, but just for us to try them. So we thank you for sharing your many talents with us tonight, and good luck in the finale here as we move to our next performer, Lauren Sexton.
And I'm going to be playing Warning Signs by Breaking Grass. I've been playing music since I was 3 years old, and I've learned to play several instruments over the years, and I really hope you enjoy this performance.
I see flames, I see smoke, little clues to let me know I should leave my things and go over the place to go. Water rushing in my house, see my memories rolling out. Brother, I don't have to drown, you know the lip is breaking. All my life I've seen them, warning signs just ahead of time. But this one took me by surprise. If I'd only seen it coming, I'd be running, but here we are, you and I think I love you. I think I love you. Oh, oh. The way the sky starts turning green, the way the wind blows through the trees. Brother, you know what that means. There's a storm coming. When that foundation starts to shake, when the ground begins to quake, I stand on my knees and pray. Like the sharks or something. All my life I've seen them. Warning signs just ahead of time. But this one took me by surprise. If I'd only seen it coming, I'd be running. But here we are, you and I think I love you. I love you. Oh, oh. Sweaty hands, starry eyes, thinking of you day and night. Oh, I must be going blind. Now I'm seeing the symptoms. The way I'm nervous when we speak, when my knees keep going weak. What is happening to me? The victim now, the victim. All my life I've seen them. The warning signs just ahead of time. But this one took me by surprise. If I'd only seen it coming, I'd be running. But here we are, you and I think I love you. I think I love you.
All right, very good. Very interesting. I like just the blend of talent that we're bringing tonight. Lauren, before we hear from the judges, maybe you could tell us just a little bit about what inspires you as an artist.
I'm really inspired a lot by my family, that my family all plays music, and they've all encouraged me to play music and really cultivate that love for music too. So a lot of my inspiration comes from them.
That is excellent. And so let's hear from our judges, Dr. Toboggan Jackson.
Thank you for recognizing the headgear. That's important. You know, I was looking at the comments on Facebook and there were comments like very cool and wow. And people were just really impressed with the ability for you to do a fiddle, a mandolin, a guitar, all these different things. I have a question for you though. Did you put that video together yourself? I mean, how did you do that part?
Yeah, I recorded them all separately and then I synced them all together later. So
Okay, so that's another skill set, just getting that timing of all of the videos at the same time. So, you know, Lauren, really well done. And, you know, one of the Facebook viewers said, not what I was expecting. And I would have to agree with that. You know, you really did something outside of the box. And I love that kind of activity. So great job.
thank you.
Yes, that was good. Dr. Gilmer, perhaps Lauren could do some backing tracks to vocals. Maybe you guys could do a duet. I don't know what feedback you have for her, though.
My feedback is that she doesn't need to do backing tracks for me. She's way too good for that. Lauren, what I would say to you is you're like every one of the Celtic women all in one, you know. And I love them, by the way. So I hope you take that as a compliment. I mean it as one, you know. Singing and playing I'm going to call it a fiddle. We don't have violins where I come from. We have fiddles. So I was impressed by your ability to master all of that, and just had such a cool vibe. I'm not sure that cool is an actual word anymore, but it conveys the message that I want to convey. So beautifully done. I loved it.
Thank you.
Dr. Gilmer, you do know that a violin was just simply a fiddle that went to college. And I have to give credit to Rebecca Rhodes, who is here behind the scenes helping us. She did share that joke with me. So if that's the funniest joke I've told tonight, it came from someone else. So I'll give credit where credit's due. Elena, let's hear what you have to say for Lauren.
Actually, the difference between a violin and a fiddle is all about the type of music you're playing. So Dr. Gilmore was right. She was playing a fiddle, but I took violin lessons when I was younger, and let me tell you, I didn't even get close to how talented Lauren was this evening, not to mention all the other different things she was doing. And again, like Tori said, the video editing on top of that, you're taking this opportunity we have as we're all filming from home and, you know, kind of stuck in this place, and you took the opportunity and you elevated your performance, and it was amazing. Thank you so much, Lauren.
Thank you.
All right, Logan, what do you have to add for us?
Okay, so I a couple things stood out. On top of the video editing, we kind of got that, but I wrote down, of course, the multi-instrumentalists. That's just impressive in itself, honestly. I wrote down folky and smoky, so I got that kind of vibe, you know, that husky, like Sheryl Crow, like old Sheryl Crow vibes. When she did more of less pop radio than more of like the folk stuff. That's kind of what I got from it. But I can't play violin, so I can't speak to that. You know, our Rebecca and Elena, yeah. But mandolin solo is on point. Good job. But other than that, I mean, you did a really good job. In the fact that you can do all this stuff is you know, super impressive. So really good job.
Thank you.
That's really good.
All right, thank you, Logan. And Dr. Smith, I know you were looking forward to the music acts. This is another good one. What do you have to add for Lauren?
Well, Lauren, the great thing about going last is that everyone has said all that needs to be said, and I don't have the words. I am not the most musically talented person in the world. I can't play any instrument, and for you to be able to play four and to play them well and to do the things that you've done and can sing on top of that, I am blown away. What a great job you did. That was fantastic.
Thank you so much.
Right. Well, Lauren, we thank you for joining us and sharing your talents with us, and hopefully, you know, folks will remember that you do have the ability to vote using the People's Choice option. You have to do that at wvup.edu/vote. You can't do it on Facebook or on YouTube. So if you like your performers and you're putting comments in the social media channels, that's great, and we encourage you to put your comments there. But remember, for the vote to count, you have to go to wvup.edu/vote. That's VOTE. And we're going to bring on our next performer, Olivia Kinder.
I'm Olivia Kinder. I'm 20 years old. I'm from Spencer, West Virginia.
and this is my last year at WVUP. I'll be getting an associate's degree in child development, and today I will be singing Fires. This song, I heard it on the radio a couple weeks ago, and I thought that this song really, fits me because I go through a lot, and I know that God's always with me no matter what fire I'm going through. He's always going to walk with me. So here it goes. I remember how you told me life may not be easy. Everything that I need, you've already given me. I remember how you told me I can trust you completely. So why am I doubting when you prove that you fight for me? You walked me through fires, pull me from flames. If you're in this with me, I won't be afraid. The smoke billows higher, going higher. It feels like I can barely breathe. I walk through these fires, 'cause you're walking with me. I'm changed by your mercy. I'm covered by your peace. I'm living out the victory. Doesn't mean I won't feel the heat. You walked me through fires, pull me from flames. You're in this with me, I won't be afraid. When the smoke billows higher, going higher, it feels like I can barely breathe. I walk through these fires, 'cause you're walking with me. I can face anything, 'cause you're here with me. I can do all things, 'cause you strengthen me. I remember how you showed me the price of my redemption. Lord, how could I question when you prove that you died for me? You've walked me through fires, pull me from flames. If you're in this with me, I won't be afraid. When the smoke billows higher, going higher, it feels like I can barely breathe. I walk through these fires, you're walking with me. I walk through these fires, 'cause you're walking with me. I walk through these fires, 'cause you're walking with me.
Thank you, Olivia. Before we hear from our judges, just tell us a little bit about how long have you been playing and singing, and what inspires you to be an artist? This is the quote of 2020. I think you're on mute.
Hold on now. Okay. I've been singing for as long as I can remember. I haven't really been playing guitar that long. I'm kind of self-taught myself, so I'm still kind of learning. But I've definitely been inspired by my family to sing. I feel like we're always singing here at the house, so I've just always been singing.
That's great. That's great. And in the realm of guitar, we'll open up our comments from the judges from Logan.
Okay, so first and foremost, excellent job. When you're doing one or the other, it's not easy, but when you put them together, it's even that much more difficult. So I got to commend you right off the bat for that. So good job. I know you said you're self-taught, so am I. I my brother is who taught me guitar when I was 6 or 7 years old, and I just ran with it. So keep running with that. Don't give up. Let your fingers hurt, but just fight through it. Um, Specifically about singing though, you came alive in the chorus, but right when you got towards the end, that it feels like I can barely breathe. That part, you kind of pulled back a little bit, and I wish you would have just went for it because it's like I could see it there, and I know you wanted to do it, but it might be just the awkwardness of being filmed. It might be the awkwardness of singing in front of the microphone, but just let go, and you know come alive. But anyway, other than that, you did a really good job. You came in, did a good job playing and singing. So, that's all I got to say. Really, just well done.
Thank you.
All right, Dr. Gilmer.
There's an innocence and a sweetness and a purity about what you did, Olivia. And then when you started talking to us and that laugh that just comes so naturally, and that beautiful smile, it was coming through in the music as well. All my references are old, so I don't know if you are familiar with the singer-songwriter Carole King at all, but you ought to be if you're not. She's a wonderful storyteller. Go and look her up, and a lot of what you did reminds me of a little bit of Carole King. Nicely done.
Thank you.
Dr. Gilbert, I don't think there should be any shame on the references that you give. They are all great, and they're classics. And for folks who don't know them, they should go look them up. So I think
Even judges that have confessed that they're 28 years old need to know that.
I agree. Elena, what do you have for Olivia?
Olivia, I just want to congratulate your song choice. That was a beautiful song. It matched your beautiful voice wonderfully. You were able to have a good tone throughout. And man, I felt like I just wanted to put my hands up. I felt like I was in a worship service. I got the vibe you were giving out, and it was just so nice. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, how about you, Dr. Smith? What do we have for Olivia?
Well, Olivia, first, I give you kudos the fact that you're saying that you're self-taught. I thought, had you never said that, I never would have known. And you did a fantastic job. And I like the fact that you chose a song that meant something to you. I could tell it came through. I'm not a musician at all, but I know what I like, and what I heard from you, I really like. Great job.
Thank you.
And last but not least, and it looks like your hat has moved a little bit to the west. Dr. Jackson, what do you have for us?
So I remember when Olivia performed last year, she had on cowgirl boots, and I knew that. So I was saving my cowgirl hat for her because I wasn't sure what way she was going to go tonight. But I remembered, and I enjoyed those boots. And so just so you guys know, before I talk about Olivia, the nickname that Granny has given me is Boots for some reason. I'm not sure why. But Olivia, again, it was a beautiful song choice, and obviously it means a lot to you. You had a lot of great comments on Facebook about people appreciating your song choice. It's always important to stay grounded and to have something that uplifts you all the time, and music is great at doing that. Praise and worship music is really great at doing that, and if that's something that keeps you going, then you keep doing it forever. It was beautiful, and thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Jackson. And thank you, Olivia, for sharing with us tonight. We're going to move right along to our next fine arts commercial break. And this particular break is brought to you by Kimberly Matheny.
Hi, my name is Kimberly Matheny. I'm a student at WVUP. I'm a sophomore. I'm hoping to graduate at the end of this semester with my associate's degree and then move on for my bachelor's. I'm a student of Dr. Reed Miller's. This is my third art class I've had with her this semester. And I love art, and I love my art teacher. The work I submitted was this Weechaw Indian yarn painting. That's one of them. The second one I submitted was this skull. It's a black and white painting, acrylics. And the third one that I submitted was this steampunk painting. These were all projects that I had to have done for my previous art classes with Dr. Reed Miller. Okay, thanks.
Thank you, Kimberly, for sharing. Before we hear from the judges, I'd like to hear what inspires you as an artist. And you have to forgive me. You were in one of my classes, and I remember you bringing your dog, and I can't remember your dog's name. So if you can share that as well, I'd like to remember your dog's name. Oh, and again, it's the line in 2020. I think you're on mute. It happens to the best of us. Don't worry.
Sorry about that. I was doing homework, so I have you on my phone. So, yeah, his name's Finn, and he's a Labradoodle.
So what inspires you as an artist?
Oh, gosh, I guess a lot. Nature inspires me. I'm really inspired by my dog quite a bit. I've painted him. I've done the yarn painting of him, and I'm getting ready to do a pencil sketch of him. So he's quite motivated.
That's great. That's awesome. All right, let's hear from our judges. Dr. Smith, what do you have for Kimberly?
Kimberly, your work is absolutely magnificent. I really enjoyed it. My wife is a pseudo artist, and so she has that talent as well, but I think she has something to look up to when I show your work. Great job.
Thank you.
That's great. How about Elena? What do you have for Kimberly?
I just want to appreciate her grasp on shadow at the moment. You showed us a lot of different forms of art, and the yarn painting might not have had as many layers, but that black and white acrylic, the depth in that painting is very impressive. And also with your steampunk, it was very good. It had a lot of depth, and you really understand shadow in a way that not a lot of people can put onto a piece of art. You can see it in our head, we know what it means, but we can't translate that with a pencil or paint. And you've done that.
Thank you.
All right. How about Dr. Gilmer?
Well, Kimberly, I'm a dog person as well, and so the yarn art of your dog Finn was special to me because of that. But also, while I'm not an artist, I would call that a kind of folk art. And my grandmother was a folk artist, and so that's something that's very special to me. And I'm glad you're preserving those techniques. And there was a lightness and a whimsy about that piece that I especially enjoyed. The other two pieces are very good, but I must say the second piece, the skull, the attention to detail there, that looks like museum quality work to me. So, Lori is a much better critic of that than I am. But I was really impressed, like Elena said, with the range of what you showed us tonight.
Thank you, President Gilmore. That painting was also in the Poorhouse Rag.
Yes.
Oh, very good.
And I loved it there too.
Oh, thank you.
All right, Dr. Jackson, no new hat for Kimberly?
No, I can't change that many right now, but I was going to actually mention that you are now a published artist as being part of the Poorhouse Rag, and that is an opportunity for our students to have that publishment early on in their careers by being able to be part of the WVU Parkersburg magazine, the literary magazine. So I'm glad that you took advantage of that. And again, as everyone else has said, you just had a lot of depth, and it was definitely evident and very talented. And Dr. Reed Miller is a great art teacher, and I'm glad that you're getting to enjoy that even in a pandemic. So please continue to keep drawing in many different forms. And Dr. Smith, you shouldn't put pressure on Crystal like that. I mean, come on.
That's good. That's good. I do want to say,
She didn't hear me, Tori.
we're going to drop in the chat. We're going to drop in the link to the Poorhouse Rag, one of the publications that we have here at the college. So you can see Kimberly's work and the work of several of our other writers and artists here on campus. A really great production that has been put together by mainly by our English and I think fine arts faculty. So we'll put that in the Facebook and YouTube comment section. And we'll bring it home with Logan. What do you have for Kimberly?
Well, I think everybody said pretty much what I had written down, but what I want to commend you on is kind of what everybody else has said. When you this is the skull picture or the painting, sorry, it stuck out to me the most, and like it did, I think, with most people, honestly. When you're working with just one color, like a white or monochromatic, it's super difficult to get that separation, that depth and interest. But you did it, and I know everybody else has said it, but I think it goes to show you the impact that particular piece has on a lot of people. So whatever you're doing, keep it up. I'm not an art expert by any means. I try, but yeah. Also want to say that apparently you have a really nice muse in Finn there. So, it's nice to have one of those around as well. So good job.
I'd show you him. Thank you very much. I just let him outside though.
All right. Well, we appreciate it. Thank you for sharing your work, Kimberly. And I'm excited to see more and different versions of Finn in your artwork, hopefully moving forward while you're here still with us at WVUP. I do want to remind everyone that if you want to vote for your favorite, you can go to wvup.edu/vote and get those votes in. We are getting close to the end, and you're going to need to get those votes in for us to get them in the final tally. Our next performer is a musical act, Ryan Manley.
My name is Ryan Manley. I am a fourth semester nursing student. I've been playing music since I was about 7, started playing piano. Been playing guitar since I was 15 and started singing shortly after that. And the song's called Middle of June by Noah Gunderson. Time is a cold wind blowing through the leaves of a tired old tree. Sit beneath, where I think about the world. Don't know how what'll happen to us now. Peace is a ladder up to the clouds. I'm wishing I could climb, but I don't know how. Will you lend me a hand to the promised land where I'm headed, glory bound? And it comes and it goes, where we're headed, no one knows. And we come and we go. It's like the saints and the liars sitting by the fire. What'll happen to us now? Hatred is a sharp knife held by the blade. It's cutting in your palm. Do you feel no pain? It's burning in your eyes with a righteous flame till the ashes blow away. Love is a thing that I can't define. I try with all my might through the rhythms and rhymes. It'll fly you like a kite, throw you to the ground. But it's the best thing I have found. And it comes and it goes. We come and we go. It's like the winter and the spring, losing everything just to gain it back again. Oh, how pretty is the middle of June. Oh, how pretty is the middle of June. Oh, how pretty is the middle of June. Oh, how pretty is the middle of June.
All right. Good evening, Ryan. How are you this evening?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Good, good. I remember you from performing last year, as some of our other performers. What's different about this year for you as far as performing in WVUP's Got Talent?
Nothing really. I did the same artist. I covered the same artist. Did a different song by him, but the only thing that's different is not actually, having the people in front of me when I'm playing the song.
Yeah, I'm sure that's a bit of a challenge to not feed off the crowd. But let's hear what our judges have to say. Let's hear it from Lady Jackson.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Ryan, you have quite a fan base, and it's obvious whenever we post something on social media about you. But one of the contestants tonight actually put a comment on Facebook about you, and it said, "So soft, yet so powerful." And I really think that that's a good statement for what you just provided. I saw all the judges swaying, and it was just, everyone was into it. So you did a fabulous job. Just a great voice.
All right. Thank you. Dr. Gilmer.
First off, Lady Jackson must be punished because she said what I was going to say, but we'll come to that later. Ryan, as someone who is often told that he doesn't have the capacity to whisper loud and dramatic, it always touches me deeply when someone can be soft and still manage to force everyone to stop what they're doing and to listen intently to make sure that they don't miss what the person is trying to share. And you did a beautiful job of that.
All right. Elena.
Thank you, Ryan. I have written down in my notes, sincere and raw. You gave us a performance that was really real and that was very much translated. And so this is definitely something, like Tori said, we were all swaying to your music, and you really captured the feeling of this song, and you demonstrated that through your playing and singing. Thank you.
All right. Logan, how about you?
Okay, yeah. Well, first and foremost, Ryan, good job. Really good job. I'm not really familiar with this song or Noah Gunderson, but it gave me some like Joshua Radin vibes, who is more on the newer end, but to kind of go old school, like as other people have, it gave me the same vibes like a James Taylor, a Jim Croce, or a Colin Hay, who was the lead singer of Men at Work, who has that song called Down Under, but he's got his own separate thing where he's what I consider one of the great storytellers in music. And that's exactly what this puts me in the mind of, is like a storyteller. And that's why people, and I don't know, but that's what this spark is, I think, about you and your performance, is that we're getting caught up in the story and then the storyteller, and we're just vibing out with you the entire time. So when you can do that, when you can grab a hold of people with that type of performance that's just kind of subdued and intimate, and I mean, yeah, you got something, man. Like that's something special. So really good job.
All right. And Dr. Smith, Ryan's our final music performer of the night. What did you think?
Well, Ryan, going behind everyone else is not much as I can say, man, but I will tell you this. That is not my genre of music, but I absolutely loved hearing and watching you sing that song. And it reminded me of a movie that where the music would be playing, the song would be playing, and would be a heartbreaking part of the movie, man. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Great job.
Thank
All right. Thank you, judges. Thank you, Ryan, for joining us again this year, and all of our acts who are returning this year. It's great having you back and seeing you again. We are moving on to our final performance of the night, and our final performance will be a fine arts commercial break. And I just want to remind everyone that you can vote at home. If you voted or if you've given comments on social media, we really appreciate that. But to get it to count, you have to go to wvup.edu/vote. And this voting tool will close at the end of this commercial break, not before it will end before the judges give their feedback. So we have a few minutes to get your votes in, and you'll be able to see our final performance of the night. Our fine art commercial break comes to you from Cameron Plochet.
My name is Cameron Plochet, and I'll be entering the fine arts show. I'm a photographer, and I've submitted 5 photos for the judges to look at. I've been doing photography for about 6 months now. Originally, I bought a camera just to take videos, but after taking some pictures, I found out that I really liked photography. So since then, I've just been taking lots of pictures. One of my biggest inspirations for photography is a photographer named Noah Dillon. I really like his work. He seems to take pictures of all the right things, and the way he takes pictures are so different than so many other photographers that do it, and I like that he's pushing the boundaries of what he does with his camera. That's exciting for me personally because photography is a relatively new art form. It still has so much room to grow, and to see someone who is pushing those boundaries, improving what we can do with the art form, that's amazing to me. So I suppose I'll talk about some of the pictures I've submitted. The first picture is one of a Burger King. I was just taking pictures out of my friend's window, just tons of snapshots, and later when we got down to editing, I looked at some of them and that one really popped out to me. I don't really know what to say about it. It makes me feel a certain way, oddly enough, and I like that because that's what I would like to do with my pictures, is to evoke some kind of feeling. And I know it's not like technically a great picture, but it's one of my favorites. This second picture, it looks like Gordon Ramsay is choking someone out. I took this one at a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu tournament that I also competed in. I honestly had more fun running around on the mat, taking pictures of all the matches more than I did actually competing. And it was my first foray into sports photography, which was so much fun. It's probably the most fun I've ever had taking pictures. And I like this one particularly out of the bunch because just the face that guy has, like you can see all the pain and discomfort. So that was kind of cool to capture in a picture. This third picture is one of my favorites. I think all the elements came together very nicely, such as the contrast between the white snow and the dark clothes of the subject and the night sky. This fourth picture is of a gas station that I saw while walking in Athens, Ohio with a friend. I don't know, something about taking pictures of gas stations at night I like to do. It's like, it has some kind of like ambient like vibe to it. So usually whenever I have a chance, I try to get a good shot of one. And what's great about this picture is that there's a really cool car sitting in it, and I think it really enhanced the quality of the picture. And this last picture is probably my proudest picture. It is a self-portrait, and this picture came from me just experimenting with my camera, seeing what I could do with it. And at the end of the session, this was one of the pictures. I was really taken aback by it. That's all the pictures I've submitted. I'd like to thank the college for hosting an opportunity for artists to show their work to their fellow students. And if you'd like to see any more of my work, you can follow me at Cameron Plochet on Instagram. Thanks.
All right, welcome back. And we do apologize. We had a little bit of a technical issue there at the beginning of Cameron's video without having the audio. So hopefully you're able to see the photos. But Cameron, if you could, Jared's going to display your first picture. If you could tell us just a little bit about that so we can make sure we captured your vision for that particular photograph.
Sure. Is it up?
Yeah, you can go ahead and he'll transition into it.
Which one is it?
Sorry, it was the first one in the video. I'm not sure which one.
Okay, I think I know what it is.
Okay.
So that picture, I was experimenting with what you can do with light with the camera. So I was really just taking snapshots out of my friend's car and seeing what it would come out as. And when I got to that one, I started editing it, and something about that picture really grabbed at me, and I thought it was just amazing. Like, it really makes me feel a certain way. And I know it's like not like technically like a great picture or anything, but I still like it.
Okay, good. And if you just tell us what inspires you as an artist as you're working on photography and some of the different things that you kind of subjects you photographed, what kind of inspires you as a photographer?
I list my main inspiration as a photographer named Noah Dillon. I showed some of his pictures, but I don't think.
Hi, my name is.
If you saw some of those first pictures, those were his work, and I think he does some really great stuff. So whenever I see his work, I'm very inspired.
In a dark alley, I'm going to call you and feel a
Absolutely.
lot safer. So great photography. Really, you captured a story in them. And it's evident that you know how to frame, you know how to make the eye just travel through the photo. And it's really good work. Very impressive.
Thank you. Elena, how about you?
I loved the variation of subject matter in your set of photos. The gas station, you've had people in a couple of them, you had a light blur, and then the final photo of yourself with the varying exposure. What got me with all of them, though, is the way you capture the light. In all your photos, you very specifically put the light and put the lighting in certain spots and in certain places and in certain levels in different places. And just like Tori said, it guides the eye right through your photographs. And these are all photographs that I would not be surprised and be very happy to see in a professional gallery. So I think you're doing awesome, and just please keep taking pictures.
Right. We are getting some messages that we might have some audio issues with Facebook. So I'm gonna stall for just a moment, but keep talking so we can see if the audio will come through. We may have missed a few of the comments from our judges.
This is not a chance for you to start telling jokes.
Oh no, I promise not to tell jokes, and I am getting a message that it is fixed. So great comments from our judges. I know that Cameron was able to hear them. I apologize to the audience, but in the interest of time, we'll move forward. They were very positive comments, but we'll go to Dr. Gilmer next.
Cameron, all of those are really good. The range is impressive. The ones in the middle that are a little bit more traditional are just very lovely. But I think what really stood up to me is the really experimental nature of the one you showed first and the one you showed last. And I would encourage you to nurture that direction in your work. The others are lovely, but those are I think, heightened in their artistic nature. And the last one in particular, I had a very Van Gogh-like quality to it, which is high praise for anybody. So job well done.
Thank you. I appreciate that a lot. It's very fulfilling to push the medium further, see what you can do that no one else has done before.
That's great. And we're going to turn it over to our final judge, who has some photography experience, I believe, as well as our other judges do. But Logan, let's round out our comments for our final contestant.
Well, Cameron, you did an excellent job, and I was really impressed. And I actually just followed you on Instagram, so I did what your video says. The last one, the self-portrait, was really cool, and it's really because you can let your mind run away with it and interpret it however you want. It's not like blatantly you or anything. We can kind of just read into that a little bit. And Tori mentioned something that I always say to my own students when photography is the storytelling aspect of it. And every photo should be like this self-contained story, and everything that's in it, or the things that you choose to hide in those photos, should be a part or strategically removed to tell whatever story that you're trying to tell. And I think you did that in a lot of the ways. And honestly, you kept saying that you weren't technical, and truthfully, sometimes being overly technical can pull back what you're showing us. It can kind of strip that away, which is that natural talent, that feeling that you get when you look at something. And if you're overly technical, you tend to talk yourself out of those things. So don't get hung up on that, and just keep doing what you're doing, man. You're doing a good job.
All right. Thank you, Logan. And thank you, Cameron, for sharing your work with us tonight. And that concludes our performers for this evening. We do have a couple of special guests with us tonight. Our winners of the first ever WVUP's Got Talent are going to join us, and we are going to play their performances from last year in a way for us to be able to tally up all the votes here. So as a reminder to our judges, please make sure you get your vote totals in as soon as you can, so we're able to get everything put together for the end here. We're going to transition over to Amelia and Tim, our two winners from last year, and see what they performed with last year. And then I believe they're going to join us on the call, and we'll talk with them for just a little bit, and then we'll be ready to announce our winner tonight. So let's turn it over to Amelia. right, so that was a slideshow of Amelia Hartzog's work, and she was our winner of the Fine Arts competition last year. Just as a reminder, this year we've combined all of the levels of it into one category, so we won't have two separate winners tonight. They'll all be judged on the same level. But we were really excited to have that opportunity last year. Amelia, how's your year been, and what type of art or what projects are you working on now during the pandemic?
Well, first off, thank you for having me on. And second, the pandemic's kind of sucked. You know, it sucked for everybody. Um, but that doesn't stop me from coming up with new ideas or coming up with more art. Um, Actually, in the spirit of funky hats tonight, I made one for Halloween this year. So I thought I'd show that. But it's been a real it's a real tricky year and tricky mess, and I hope that everybody who has had a chance to like really practice or you know, discover something new or create something this year, I hope you've had the opportunity and time to do that, because we've all been kind of stuck in one place, and be able to explore new areas. I think it's a fantastic opportunity. And I think everybody here who's shown their talent, you've really got talent. You really do. It was wonderful, wonderful stuff. And I
Thank
hope
you. Thank you, Amelia. We appreciate you coming back and joining us this evening and giving those words of encouragement for folks and sharing in the successes of this year's contestants. So we're going to move to our live performer and first place winner from last year, Tim Bales, and we're going to cut to the recording of his performance from last year.
Sometimes it's hard to stay focused. Life is filled with distractions, emotions, this love that I feel in my heart. It aches in my chest and my fists, they start to clench. At my brother's pain, at the dark of the coming rain, I shake. I'm awake and afraid the might of the storm will sweep us away. I've been told not to fear this rain, been shown the sun comes again, but I'm human with my doubts and fears. The road that you walk is flooded with tears with me. Oh, brother, I call, I'll pick you up if you start to fall, trust me. Brother, can't you hear? The crown shows truth, but my vision's unclear. So roll the bones, cast your stones, deal the cards, watch the stars. Know that you are not alone. I've got you, no matter how far. We'll roll the bones, cast the stones, deal the cards, watch the stars. Never lose, because we know the future is within our power. Oh, oh, oh yeah. Oh, yeah. Question what I'm told is truth. I stretch my arms to the sky for proof, burn sage and meditate. Can't afford to make mistakes. This life is the chance we're given. I would rather be out there living, rather learn from the sun and wind than waste it wondering where to begin. 3 shakes, 3 runes, 3 words, shuffle the cards. Now it's time to learn. We'll breathe, let it speak through us in a voice we know we can trust. Oh, mother, we've fallen on dark, dark days. Grandfather, we seek the wisdom to stay so bright. Keep our fires tended, strength to move while our wounds are mended. Roll the bones, cast your stones, deal the cards and watch the stars. Know that you are not alone. I've got you, no matter how far. We'll roll the bones, cast the stones, deal the cards and watch the stars. Never lose, because we know the future is within our power. Oh, oh, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, 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 oh. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The words words of my brothers resonate. Lift me up and help me shake this dust of my unawareness. I can't help that I was so careless. I was filled with my restless nature. I was burning high with anger. I can see a fire rising. Let it loose into the sky, this great gathering of clouds. Lightning blind and thunder loud. Your roar is a haunting cry. I can hear you screaming why. We live on borrowed time. Fill your heart and clear your mind. I know you've seen the signs. War is coming, no time to hide. So roll the bones, cast your stones. Deal the cards, watch the stars. Know that you are not alone. I've got you, no matter how far. We'll roll the bones, cast the stones. Deal the cards, watch the stars. Prepare your body and soul. Prepare for war. So roll the bones, cast the stones. Deal the cards, watch the stars. Know that you are not alone. I've got you, no matter how far. We'll roll the bones, cast the stones. Deal the cards, watch the stars. Prepare your body and soul. Prepare for war.
Well, it certainly is a little bit different this year to not have a crowd of people applauding at the end of every act. And that's, I think it was a challenge for our performers too, to be in front of just a camera and one or two people in the theater. We are still working on totaling up the scores. We're getting very close to our chance of announcing our winner. And I've been asked to kind of stall. And instead of telling jokes, because I don't want to do that to everyone here on this wonderful Thursday night, I'd just like to ask the judges, just give us a brief thought. What'd you think of tonight's performance? What'd you think? And we'll open up, Dr. Gilmer. We'll let you go first.
Well, Andrew, I think the name just about says it all. WVUP does have talent, incredible talent of all kinds. And, I never had the blessing of having children of my own. So not to wax too sentimental, I feel like I got 3,000 children when I came to WVUP, and I am parentally proud of every one of you, and those of you who showed your talent here tonight just warm my heart in so many different ways. And I thank everybody for pulling this together. We need things to be happy about in a moment of pandemic. And this certainly gave us something to be happy about and proud of tonight.
That's
Dr.
great.
Gilmer, did you say 3,000 children?
I did, Dr. Jackson.
Well,
Yeah.
on behalf of Walker, let me tell you, you can't divorce us now because you won't be able to handle the child support.
Nicely said, Dr. Jackson.
That is very true. We don't want to have to hunt you down. So, from one president to another, Elena, we'll go to hear from you next. What did you think as representing our student body and as a student body president? What did you think about tonight's performances?
Man, this year's been hard because we've not been able to get together like we usually do. And even in this event, it's evident that, like you said, without the clapping crowd and makes it harder to perform. But even just seeing the talent tonight and seeing these people put their hearts out there and show us things that they have passion for, I'm so inspired. I want to go and make art. I want to go and learn how to sing. I got to learn how to play 8 different instruments now. Everything that these people have shown us tonight is beautiful passion, and that's such an encouragement, especially in a year like this.
That's great. How about Logan? What did you think overall about our performances tonight?
Well, this is my first one that I've been a part of, so I'm happy to be here first and foremost. And like everybody else has said, it's just an amazing example of what goes on within our walls that most of us don't even realize that we have this broad talent that's just walking around the halls with us. And this is just a perfect way to get it out there and to get everybody to show off a little bit of personality. So yeah, amazing.
That's great. Dr. Smith, I know you were looking forward mostly to the music, but hopefully you were entertained and inspired by some of our other works of art and spoken word and Granny B with her comedy and insight on the college. What did you think about all of that?
Well, Professor Walker, first, I just want to thank whoever thought to make me a part of it. I want to thank them for it because I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I'm simply saying that they are all winners. It doesn't matter whose name is the winner for the night. I think that they all have talent that can take them to another level and to really do some great things in the community. The talent was so diverse and was so good. I mean, really, it was really, really good. I mean, we've been here for almost 2 hours and it doesn't feel that way. And so I am just so proud to be a part of WVUP because this is what it's all about. Our students and our kids who go here or, that makes this place what it is. And I'm just overwhelmed really with the talent.
That's great. It has been an exciting evening, and I think we're going to start bringing on. I forgot, Dr. Jackson. I'm so sorry. I forgot. Dr. Jackson, did you have one final thought as we start to bring our contestants on and get very close to announcing our winner? I'll leave you with a final judge thought for the evening.
Just that I think my joke was so bad that I was pushed out.
I had nothing to do with it. I have no control over this call.
So I saw a comment on Facebook and I really believe it's true. You guys are all winners and choosing a winner tonight is extremely hard. And maybe somebody said that while I was vacant from the Zoom call for a little while, but really a lot of talent. It doesn't matter if you win tonight. It matters that you keep pursuing these skills and abilities that you have because music, art, it lasts you your entire life. And you're going to have those calluses on your fingers from your paintbrush or your strings of your guitar or whatever it is. But don't stop doing what you're doing because every person that we saw tonight had such wonderful talent. And, there's only room for you to grow at your ages. So please keep doing it.
Yes, I would echo that sentiment. And we do want to thank all of our contestants, putting yourselves out there. It's not an easy year to be a performer, and you've really gone above and beyond and to share your fine arts and spoken word and comedy and music. And we really appreciate that. That's what makes this competition go is the students who put their submissions in. We also want to thank our judges for their time and wonderful insights. I know I made a quip about them not being very talented, but I think they are quite talented in the comments that they made and the constructive things that they did. I am glad that I am not a judge because these were all excellent acts to watch. We also have a few people behind the scenes that we'd like to thank. We have Jared Bailey and Rebecca Rhodes, both in our marketing office, who are behind the scenes here, making us all look good and sound good and have managed the videos and fixed all of the technical issues. And we want to give them a round of applause. We also have James Dobbs, who is one of our marketing interns who helped with filming several of the acts tonight and helped out here in the office to make sure this could be successful. And finally, I would like to thank Samantha Suggs, our activities coordinator at the college. She, I believe, had this idea last year and put it on and has figured out a way to make it work. And I think it's been very successful under her vision and guidance and keeping us all in line as judges and hosts and contestants. So we want to give a good round of applause to Samantha for all the work that she's done. She's hiding over outside away from me since I'm not wearing a mask and I'm in a cubicle. So we won't be able to bring her on camera. I don't know that she wants to be on camera, but we do thank her and she's done an excellent job in keeping us all together. So without further banter from me, I'm going to turn it over to Logan. And Logan is going to announce this year's WVUP's Got Talent winner.
Okay, so I just got word myself.
Did you get the correct envelope?
I believe so.
Okay.
I believe it's not a Steve Harvey incident, but the winner is, according to the votes, Olivia Kender.
All right. Well, Olivia, since you're the winner, we're going to put you on the spot. How do you feel?
I was not expecting that at all.
All right. Well, congratulations, and congratulations to everyone who shared their talents tonight. We want to thank everybody for participating, for judges, for putting things behind the scenes, and all of our viewers at home on social media, YouTube, Facebook. We thank you for hanging in there and sticking with us and watching all of our talented folks. We hope to see you next year for our next edition of WVUP's Got Talent. Stay safe, stay warm, stay healthy.